That's a flub. That's known as a flub.
You'll have to cut that out.
We'll cut that out. In for 4. Welcome to the big show. We're here at Devil's Lake Golf Course at Manitowoc Beach. We're going to take you tee to green here at this Michigan masterpiece.
Lenawee Sports and LISD TV proudly presents the Fairways.
Welcome to the Fairways. I'm Miguel John David Gaytán alongside Steve Snar of Devil's Lake Golf Course. Steve, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for coming out.
Tell me a little bit about Devil's Lake Golf Course.
Devil's Lake Golf Course is on the north end of Devil's Lake, right on 223. It's been a family-owned business since 1970. My dad and my uncle bought it and ran it for many years by themselves, and then in 1994 my uncle decided he had had enough, and myself, my dad, my brother Lenny, and my sister Julie bought my uncle out.
They call you the resident pro here.
I'm the best in the family.
Fair enough.
But I can't say much more than that.
Tell me a little bit about you as a golfer.
I've been golfing for many years. Probably started golfing when we moved out here in the early 70s, and I played growing up. I played through high school and been playing ever since.
So we are here at the majestic number 7, par 5, correct?
Par 5, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about number 7.
Number 7, I don't know, it's got kind of special meaning to me. It was in 1998 we went from 9 holes to 18, and this was one of the first holes that our contractor started on, and we were still trying to put all the pieces of the deal together, and he was out here working away, and just kind of a special hole. I also like the landscaping in the background. My mom has a lot to do with the landscaping and all the gals that work around in the flower beds and that, and you'll see a lot of hostas and stuff. It's just kind of pretty. It's a short par 5. From the golf point of view, you should be able to, a lot of people can get home in 2, and it's a chance for an eagle or a birdie, or you can make some big numbers on it too if you hit it in the hostas.
So how's it play? Is it dog leg left? Dog leg
That's
right?
It's straight away until the last probably 60 yards. It just hooks a little bit to the left. The green's tucked away there in the trees a little bit.
So strategy for this hole is to, I would imagine, just hit it straight.
Long and straight.
So this is your domain, sir. If so you have the honors, okay. Your honor. So as we're ready, as we're lining up, basically we're aiming straight, right?
Yeah, that's straight away.
Straight away, just make sure it's long. For me, straight. Little bit left.
Yeah, that was left.
If you go left a little bit like that, are you still semi-safe though?
If it got through the trees, it should open back up.
All right, cool. All right, my turn. So Steve's telling me I gotta just hit it straight. Not so much long. If I hit it long, it's not going to be straight. Grandpa, if you're watching this up above, I hope I do you proud.
Oh, that was perfect.
I get 1. I get 1.
That was absolutely perfect. Nice shot.
Thank you. And when we come back, we'll continue our journey down number 7. You're watching the Fairways. I'm Miguel Gaytán. We'll be back in 2.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again. Take time to be a dad today.
Go for a mouthful, go for the fun.
Oh, go for cake!
Cakes for everyone. Just one stack is what it takes, and it's go for cakes. Open wide, stuff your face. There's always room for more Gopher cakes. Empty the box, then reload. Eat those Gopher cakes till you explode.
Exercised lately?
Till you explode.
Our majestic journey continues here on famous hole number 7 at Devil's Lake Golf Course. I've got Steve Snar with me. I'm Miguel Gaytán, your host. So Steve, we are about 240 out. Drives were pretty good. Now, what are we looking at here? Because right now I could see it's almost like a blind shot from right here.
It is from here. If you were up on the hill, you'd be able to see the green a little bit better, but this is the green that's tucked in just behind those trees right there. So the fairway goes straight about another 220 yards, and then the last 20 yards is kind of a hard left.
Oh, it's a hard left, so
Yeah.
It's more or less almost like a 90-degree type of thing?
Yeah, just not quite 90 degrees. If you had a real big shot, you could hit it right over top of those trees that are blocking the green. But I think from here, it's probably best to play to the right of the green and into the fairway.
I got you. All right, so let's yeah, I'm a little tongue-tied here because I've got to hit a ball now and make it look good on camera. So let's see what we got here. I've got a 6-iron out right now, and most people are probably wondering why do I have a 6? Well, one, I've been trying to practice a little bit more with my irons, as I think most of you guys should, especially with iron play. And even though we're 240 out, I want to hit it straight. And I've been kind of hooking my fairway wood lately, so let's see if good old 6th can help me out here. Went right, a little right.
You should be fine over there as long as you don't roll under a tree.
As long as I don't roll under a tree? All right, great. Steve, if
I'll go ahead and hit
you'd
from-
like to show us how it's done,
I'll hit from the same spot.
I'd appreciate it. I'd love to get out of Duran's way over here. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful, Steve.
Thank you.
Very nice shot. All right, so our journey continues here at Devil's Lake Golf Course. When we come back, we'll get to the approach shot in the green here at number 7. You're watching the Fairways. I'm Miguel Gaytán.
This job looks perfect. It says you need a high school diploma. You've got one of those, right?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
I got that.
Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Okay, so we've made it here to the green here at number 7. As you can see, I hit it a little bit right and far. We probably got about a good 40-ish feet, so to speak, to the hole. So when you're here on the fringe, Steve, you pretty much, I can see you got a little undulation right here. So I would imagine you're just gonna try to aim a little bit right to the end and just let it roll.
Yeah, you gotta hit it. You got different elevations here. You're going up the hill and then back down the hill, and it's gonna, looks like it's probably gonna break a few feet to the left once you get over the hill.
All right, so let's see if I line it up like that then, right about here. That's my routine. Yeah, I can see how you're saying it's gonna break a little to the left right there. So, line it right about there. Let's see if that's gonna work. All right. Give it a little bit more oomph than that, but
Just a
still
little
there
bit
though.
short. It's a good line, just not quite enough speed.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and let's take a quick gander and see what you got, what you're dealing with up here. All right, now we've got Steve Shuck coming up here. Now, Steve, it looks like you're shooting for a birdie right here.
This is a birdie putt, yes.
So besides the nerves, it looks like pretty straight now.
I think it's going to be breaking just a little bit left. Probably I'll aim towards the right edge of the cup and see if I can get it on line.
All right, well, show us how it's done. Card that 4. I see you're using a Scotty Cameron, am I right?
That is a Scotty
Very
Cameron,
nice.
yeah.
Handmade golf putters. If you have the means, I suggest picking one up. In for 4. Very nice. Good shot there, Steve.
shots.
All right, when we come back, we're going to look at hole number 14 here on the fairways. Stick around, we'll be right back.
No more pencils, no more books.
No more teachers, dirty looks.
School's out for summer.
What this place needed was better graduation rates. So we worked with schools like Henry Ford High, and now they're up 18%.
To help us do more good this year, go to unitedway.org because great things happen when we live united.
This new mom is struggling to get the skates just right. Now she's holding on for dear life.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
Welcome back to the fairways. I am here with Leonard Snar, the owner of Devil's Lake Golf Course. Leonard, co-owner?
Co-owner.
Thanks for having us, Leonard. Beautiful course you have here.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the history of Devil's Lake Golf Course.
It was just one thing led to the other, and so my brother and I got together and we ended up buying it. That was in 1970.
Wow.
Yeah, 1970. And we bought it just, my brother always wanted a farm, but after he came out here, he says, this looks better than any old farm. So we decided to go ahead and we eventually bought it from my brother Hank.
That's got to be an awesome thing, not only just to see this lovely course that has been in your family for so long, but you can see it's gonna get passed down to your children now and all that.
That's the way it looks right offhand.
And that's just got to be a great feeling.
Yeah. And golf business is a very, very nice business to be in. You meet a lot of great people.
What drew you to the game of golf?
I always thought I was a pretty good baseball player. Mm-hmm. And basically I start playing, and I guess if you're a pool player, I just used to play a lot of pool. Mm-hmm. It's you got a little stick and putting the ball in a hole, and this way you got a big club and you're trying to put a golf ball in a hole. But yeah, I liked it right from the day one. Right from day one, little did I know that I would end up owning a golf course.
What is your proudest moment owning this course?
I just think when the three kids and I probably bought my brother Hank out, it was a good deal for him, good deal for us. And then the other thing was the day that I shot 30 on the front nine. I haven't even come close to that lately. That was many years ago. It was just on a practice round. I had a 30 on the old front nine before we had the 18. But I just look at it every single day. Yesterday, Saturday, my wife and I were sitting on a porch and we just couldn't believe. Here we had just a hayfield in the back of the house. The house wasn't even there at that time. And now we look out there and it's just a beautiful golf course. So we're pretty happy with that.
Every golfer's got a story.
Yeah.
About you. Tell me a little bit about it. Take me back to the 30. Take me back to that front 930.
I won't go by that, but I will tell you about one golf tournament we had out here. And this was a group of guys from Hudson. They had an outing here. And over there on number 10, that was a cow pasture, and there were cows grazing there. Mm-hmm. And the guy teed off, and his ball he hooked it to the left, and the ball hit a cow. Normally he would have been out of bounds, but the ball hit the cow, the ball bounced back in the fairway, he chipped up, sank the par, and won the golf tournament. You follow me on that?
I'm following you. Well, it's a little hard to think about that, but
it is. That was one of the just memorable things that happened, you know.
He got his milk that day.
Yeah. But I'll never forget it, I'll tell you that. And to win the thing with the help of a cow.
Real quick, tell me a little bit about just the course itself. How does it play? Is it a long course, short course, a lot of water? What?
I've always thought, because we're all not pros, you know, this course is wide open. It's out wide open to the regular players. It's not the easiest, it's not the hardest. But for the person that goes out there and plays 9, he's not surrounded by a lot of trees or but it's not easy as well. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy. It's pretty wide open as far as that goes. But I don't. You don't want to make it so hard, like 7,000 yards or something like that. That just real good golfers can play those type of courses, you know. But I think that's what I think, that every people that play here want to come back and play.
Right. And that's what you want, right?
And that's what you want.
It seems, just as looking, and I haven't gotten too far into it, but just by looking at it, I can see that it's not an everyman's golf type of course. It's perfect for someone to come out here just to have fun, to enjoy the game.
Right. But I also attribute that to the fact that the family and myself we loved doing what we're doing. And I got to give a lot of credit to the guys that work for me and the people that work in the clubhouse. So you got to have the right people to come in and help you out. And we've always had very good people working for us. You know, that some of these guys treat it like it was their own.
Wow.
And I for one appreciate that really a lot.
Life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 68 children is diagnosed with autism. That's about a 30% increase in 2 years. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play or even what you wear. You just need to be there. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
Welcome back to the Fairways. I'm Miguel Gaytán alongside Steve Snar here. And Steve, we are here at number 14, which I believe is a dogleg left, correct?
It's a dogleg left. It's 400 yards and pretty challenging hole. Your drive accuracy is very important here. If you can hit it left and over the trees and possibly have a short iron into the green, or if you happen to miss your drive to the right, you could have another wood into the green, easily a couple hundred yards. So
oh, wow. You
want to hit a fairly accurate drive up the left side here.
All right. Well, I'll let you have the honor on this one. And while you're setting up, we were on our way to the hole. You were talking about how this is mostly a resort type of course here for anyone trying to visit the Devil's Lake area.
Yeah, Devil's Lake has got many homes and cottages around it. There's a lot of year-round people, but it seems like a lot of times after Memorial Day, people will come up for vacationing. A lot of summer rentals are up there.
So it's nice to have. It's nice as a not only as a co-owner or helper of this golf course to see that nice flow coming in to help you guys out. But I'm sure it's just nice when the course is full. It's live and it's kicking. You can hear people and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, you can hear the jet skis on the lake. We're close enough to the lake. You can hear the jet skis, the boats. There's a lot of people that come up on the lake, all year round, usually through Labor Day.
All right. All right, great. Well, why don't you go ahead and show us how it's done, Steve? So basically straight a little bit, just try not to get too far right.
I usually try to keep it right on the left or the right edge of those trees.
Okay, right edge of those trees, right over there, I see. All right. Little left.
That's a little left, but if it's far enough, it should work out fine.
Right, you just have to get a little bit far from that little pine right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know where to aim now. The master has told me where to aim. Let's see if I can see if I can follow. All right. So we'll aim right over here, Paul. Let's see if that works. Using this interlock grip, Steve, that my grandfather taught me. First thing when I took up golf, he said, this little guy, this is always how you hold a club. Do not forget this one thing. I think he heard that from Arnold Palmer. Arnold Palmer's father taught him the same thing when he first started golfing. I always find that kind of cool, and my grandfather would ask me that, teach me that. Hey everybody, that's high. That's what happens when you tee it up a little bit too high there. So we'll go where Steve landed, all right? We'll be back. You're watching the Fairways. I'm Miguel Gaytán. See you there.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to the Fairways. I'm Miguel Gaytán alongside Steve Snarr, excuse me. We are 150 yards out from the pin here at number 14, and you can see, and get a shot of this. This is where we ended up. This is where this is where Steve ended up. He pretty much cut the dog leg and got right here at the 150 marker. And as you can see, if you pan over here, you've got nothing but fairways and greens staring right at your face. First off, Steve, nice shot.
Thank you.
Basically from here, I would imagine straight, but I could see that you're going uphill a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little uphill. There's trouble to the right if you lose it to the right. There's basically some trees and some shrubs over there, and left is a lot of hills to the left, and you can get into some trouble left too. So short or on the green is your best place.
All right, great. Well, Steve, why don't you go ahead and knock her in, if you'd be so kind.
I'm hitting a 7-iron here. It's a little downwind, so I think it ought to be just about right.
Okay. 7-iron it is. Perfect. A little bit left, but other than that, oh, I can see what you were talking about, where it's you think you're good, and then all of a sudden the green kind of disappears on you.
I hit that pretty solid, and I think the wind carried it further than what I thought it would.
Do you get a lot of wind around here? I mean, it's pretty wide open. You get some wind.
We get some wind.
All right. So you were saying about a 7. I'm going to take a 6 here, but I'm gonna almost half it here. So I don't want to murder the ball pretty much. So let's see if I can get a nice smooth shot. Got up there. I got a little bit more of a ways to go than you, but at least it's straight. At least it's straight. A little bit of a ground in the club, and basically, I do it a lot. And like I'm an amateur here and nothing, but from what my grandfather always taught me, to make sure you don't ground that club, just get your body through. It's one of the main things he taught me, is always get that body through. I don't know if you would agree with me, Steve, on that or not.
Got to hit the ball first.
Got to hit that ball first.
Hit the ball first, and before you hit the big ball.
That's right. All right, well, we're going to continue our magical journey here on number 14. You're watching the Fairways. We'll be back in a few. See you then.
Got your personal references, high school diploma or equivalent?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
It's right there.
Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Well, welcome back to the Fairways. We're here at number 14, and we've got a nice approach here about, less than 100 yards out. I'm with Steve Snar, and Steve, we were looking at more of an uphill type of lie. Talk us through how we're going to sink this.
I don't know if we're going to sink it. We're going to try to get it close and get our par. We're a little further back than what we want to be. I hit mine over the green, and that's not a good spot to be, is over the green. So hopefully we'll hit a sand wedge up there close, and maybe we can still get a par out of this.
Yeah, I've kind of grounded my club, and I flubbed my shot here a little bit, so that we're gonna be right here to kind of illustrate how more of an approach shot can be here at number 14. So what I'm gonna do here is, I've got my gap wedge out, and I'm gonna try to open up my face a little bit more to try to get the ball up a little bit higher. Put the ball right here on the left part of my, excuse me, left, right, get the right part of my foot. Let's see what we can do here. I hope I don't hit my cameraman Paul, who's got probably a really good shot of me right now. So let's see what we can do.
That's going to be too deep, I believe.
You think? Yeah, way too deep.
Yeah, that's just not knowing the distances, not being real comfortable with the distances on a new course.
Yeah, well, hey, at least I can hit it long with a gap.
Right.
Why don't you go ahead, Steve? Why don't you go ahead and take a whack at it right here and see how the man does it. Nice. Got some good divot on that right there.
Little short, still didn't quite get up to the pin, but
right. But still, you're in great position right there for a nice little putt. And of course, what the motto of the show is becoming, we'll play where Steve lied. You're watching the Fairways. We'll be back in a bit.
And we're out. You got plans?
You bet. $50 million Americans struggle with hunger, but we can do something about it.
Excuse me.
What's going on?
Dinner. Please join me in helping put food on their tables. Together, we can feed America.
You guys keep going. I'm gonna get the plates.
Plates?
Find your local food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
The odds of this boy achieving his dream in fashion? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Welcome back to the Fairways. I'm Miguel Gaytán alongside Steve Snar here at the green at number 14. And Steve, you stuck it pretty good with your 56 wedge, it looked like. Around about maybe 15 feet from the green. What are we looking at here? Is that straight or is that deceiving right now?
It's going to break a little bit to the left. It's uphill. That's the important thing, is to give it a good wrap to get to the hole.
Mm-hmm. With most of these greens here at Devil's Lake, is it more or less, is it muscle is the name of the game, or are we talking soft touch here?
It depends where you are on the green. You know, a lot of them have a lot of undulating hills on them, and if you get above them, then some of the putts can be pretty slick coming back down.
Now, when you guys designed the back nine, was that almost designed to be that way? Did you want more undulation in the greens?
We let our contractor take care of a lot of that. I mean, we basically told him where we wanted the greens, and we worked with a very experienced contractor. He gave us some good ideas of, you know, just based on the existing contours of the land. He kind of gave us a good idea where we wanted, how we wanted the greens. Some of the greens have a couple tiers on them. Some of them are smaller greens, but we let him take care of a lot of those details.
All right, well, Steve, I'll let you putt away, my friend, and I'll shoot a little bit after you because I'd like to get a feel for this green. Let's see what Steve can do here.
I'm gonna play this just a couple inches out to the right and see what happens.
That looks good.
Oh,
Hey.
a little too firm there.
You freaked out our cameraman Paul right there. He thought that was coming right at his face. All right, Steve, well, let's see what I can do here on my putt. I'll try to line her up right here. Try to take the same line you did.
Oh,
I went a little bit left and a little bit short, but that's all right. We've got some guys behind us, so we're going to let them play through. And while we let them play through, we'll go to break. And when we come back, we'll explore number 17 here at Devil's Lake Golf Course. You're watching the Fairways. I'm Miguel Gaytán. We'll see you in the few.
If you don't fix them, sparks from dragging tow chains could cause a wildfire, and that could be scary. Only you can prevent wildfires.
This new dad is picturing a tree house in the sky, but he's ignoring the instructions. Good luck, big guy. His kids know that he's building without a clue. Never been so good with nails and glue. Now we're trapped inside a box. I hope mom knows what to do. Mom! See, you don't have to be perfect to be the perfect parent.
Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
Welcome back to the Fairways. I'm Miguel Gaytán alongside Steve Snar here at number 17, par 5, 245 to the water, right?
245 to the water. It's a 477-yard par 5. It's typically a 3-shot par 5. There's a hazard down there that you need to carry on your second shot.
And from what I can tell right now, you're going up and then down and then up and then it's blind pretty much.
Yeah, then it's basically the whole layout is a dogleg left. So your approach shot will be tucked away into the green, into a pretty good sized green with a lot of undulation on it.
All right, well, let's get at it. Let me see one up here and see what I can do on good old number 17. All right.
That should be just right.
Just right, I like that. That's as long as it's in the fairway, which...
Yeah, that's a good shot, right on top of the hill where you want to be.
All right, well, I like that. I'll take that any day of the week, Steve. All right, why don't you go ahead and see what we got, see what Steve can do here. All right, Steve, let's see what, are you using your hybrid here?
I'm using my hybrid. I usually hit this about 200 yards. That should put me right on top of the hill just for another layup shot over the hazard.
All right, good plan. Swing away, my friend. All right, well, great shot, Steve. Looks like the great minds think alike here. When we come back, we'll get to our second shot here at great hole number 17. You're watching the Fairways. I'm Miguel Gaytán. We'll see you back in the few.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year, 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 68. I'm Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Connor is struggling in school.
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. This is what it feels like for kids with learning and attention issues. Redirecting to understood.org.
Well, welcome back to the Fairways. I'm Miguel Gaytán alongside Steve Snar. And Steve, we got shot number 2 here at number 17, par 5. We said dogleg left up there, but as I look above or beyond, excuse me, the hazard, it's more of a vicious dogleg left for me at least. I don't know, you've been playing this course a lot, so tell us a little bit about the shot that we're looking at right here.
This is a tougher shot. It's very important that you get the ball in the air here or you're going to go in the hazard. So you got to probably, from where we're at here, If we go straight away, you probably got about 150 yards of carry over the hazard. If you wanted to, if you don't hit the ball that far, you can play it to the right, and it's not nearly as much carry there.
Right.
But this is from here. We're still looking at probably 270 yards to the green. So
a lot of work to do still.
Still a lot of work to do. We got a couple fairway traps up there in our landing zone right now. We got to be careful, make sure we choose the right club, that we don't hit it too far through the fairway into the traps.
Yeah, and I can see that the layout here is genius, I have to say, because from right here, you think you got it made in the shade, but I see 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another row of trees here. They're kind of blocking you. So when you said that bunker shot, I'm glad you would have said that, because I wouldn't know. It's being blocked right there by those trees.
Yeah, there's some trees. I guess local course knowledge lets you know that those traps are there.
Right. They're ready.
That's right.
And like I said, well, when my friends say that, sometimes I'm David Hasselhoff when I'm here, because I just love to be in the sand, right? So let's see what I can do here and see if I can keep it in the fairway, high and in the fairway. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna aim for that middle red tree right there, and I just want to hit it straight, not just right in front of it, still in the fairway. Let's see what I can do. All right. I got it up, but I might be a little low. I fatted it a little bit
you
there.
hit it a little heavy and it didn't get across the hazard.
All right, well, you know what? As the motto of the show, show us how it's done, Steve.
I got the same club that I teed off with here. I hit it about 200 yards, so I'm gonna play it just to the left of the fairway traps.
Okay.
And that should be, if I hit it good, it should be just a short iron to the green at that point.
All right then. Very nice.
I hit it right at the fairway traps.
Well,
and we'll just have to see. It could be a little short of them, or it could be right in it. We're going to find out.
All right. Well, I can't wait to find out. And you'll find out too when we come back. You're watching the Fairways. We'll see you in a few.
Don't worry. The 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play more. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
This is why you took a second job. While you taught yourself how to fix the plumbing. While you'll do whatever it takes to keep your home. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Call 888-995-HOPE today.
Well, welcome back to the Fairways. We're here at number 17. I'm Miguel Gaytán alongside Steve Snar here at the lovely Devil's Lake Golf Course here. And right now it looks like we're going to have about a nice little wedge shot here, December 17.
Yeah, we're about 75 yards out. We missed the fairway bunkers coming up, so that was a good thing, and should have just a little pitch to the green.
And Paul, I want you to show the folks at home, when we're talking about sand, that's what we're talking about. You can tell from where we are to where the sand is, distance control is pretty crucial here, because you got that blind shot going over that hazard. If you're too far, you're into some pretty fluffy stuff there.
Yeah, you don't want to be in there.
You know, just straight out, end the sentence. You just don't want to be there, folks. All right, then. Well, we're gonna have Steve. Why don't you go ahead and grip it and place it, grip it and place it onto that lovely green right there. Some undulation, I see. So I just want to keep it below the undulation. All right. A little bit to the left, but caught the nice hill and
just a little short.
On the fringe, though, you're still looking at a decent birdie putt there.
Yep, not too far away.
All right, let's see if I can save this here for a nice little birdie putt. I'm gonna line it up here. I want to kind of take the same angle you took. So I want to get right about here. Grip down a little bit on the club, just a nice little easy wedge shot in. All right, got the air. Don't know if I got the distance.
No, just right on the front fringe too.
All right, well, it'll be fun little birdie putts for both of us.
That's right.
Hey, birdie putts are birdie putts. At least as long as they go in, we're all set, right?
Yep.
All right, well, hey, listen, we'll be back in a couple minutes here to see if we can make these birdies and card to number 4 on a par 5. That's always a great feeling, right?
You bet.
All right, well, we'll see you back in a few. You're watching the Fairways.
You can be a hero by being prepared for an emergency. First, make a plan. Call a family meeting to plan for things like how to connect with loved ones after an emergency or your escape route.
I am not fast.
Build a kit. When disaster strikes, it's important to have enough supplies to last 3 days. And don't forget the batteries.
Low battery.
Visit ready.gov/kids for more preparedness tips.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
Preventing wildfires. That's all Smokey wants for his 70th birthday.
Welcome back to the Fairways. I'm Miguel Gaytán alongside Steve Snar. We're on the green at number 17 here at Devil's Lake Golf Course. And Steve, we both made it to the fringe, my friend.
Yeah, a little bit further would have been nice, but I think we got still a pretty good chance at a birdie here, about 20 feet or so.
And like I've been saying throughout the whole thing, when you can card the 4 on 5, life's good, my friend.
5 on a 5 is acceptable sometimes.
5 on the 5 too is really, 5 on the 5 is more acceptable. Let's just make that clear right now. 5 on the 5 is great. For me, sometimes maybe an 8 on the 5 is, all right, we did our best. So, all right, so right here, what are we looking at right here?
It should be pretty straightforward. I don't see a whole lot of break in it. I think it's, I may slide a little bit to the right here.
Right.
And that's uphill, I would say.
Pretty straight.
Survey the 3 foot of fringe and then get the right speed on it.
All right, well, let's see what I can do here. Let's see what I can do. I'll make sure not to hit your ball with my foot. A little to the right, but
a little firm too.
Yeah, a little firm, but you know what? I'll deal with that to see if I can get a 5 on that one. Let's see if you can roll it and hold it. All right, decent line. Come on,
a little short.
Hey, that's fine for a 5.
Yeah.
little gimme shot there for a 5. All right, let's just clean these up real quick. Steve, why don't you go ahead and tap that in. All right, Steve. Well, you carded a 5. I carded a 6. A bogey's a bogey, and you know what, bogey's good in my book.
It's good on this hole.
Yeah, and before we wrap things up, let's talk a little bit about what Devil's Lake has to offer the average golfer, especially somebody that's coming here on vacation. Visiting Devil's Lake, and they've got a great golf course right here that they can visit. It's
a good golf course. It's low stress. It's kind of open as far as you can lose some of your shots to the left or right, and most often you'll find them. The pricing is pretty good out here. We got our premium rates on the weekends, but there's always deals all through the week. I know we have Twilight 7 days a week. That starts at 6 o'clock on the weekdays, and that's $14 for all you can play with the golf cart.
Oh, nice.
On the weekends, that starts at 4 o'clock, so you can easily get in 18 holes on the weekends for $14. So that's a great deal. We also have Buckle Hole Wednesdays. That's $9 for 9 holes with a cart.
All right,
and,
with the cart?
With the cart, and
All right.
same with obviously 18 holes for $18 with a cart. So Wednesdays is a very popular day around here.
I'd imagine.
And we got all kinds of leagues through the week and some weekday morning leagues also. So.
All right. Well, for the entire LSPN crew, I'm Miguel Gaytán saying thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. That's it. That's how we do it.